In
This
simple
conference
terms,
will
if we
now
have
be
to say.
recorded.
So till now we had solved 3 case studies. So wherein the basic information, everything was given, isn't it? So they had given the information about what are the things are. So all the details was given, based on which we were calculating the revenue. So we were calculating the IRR. So here they have given the information wherein how to build up the revenue sheet. Okay, based on the revenue drivers and cost drivers. So if I have to tell what is revenue, means selling price into quantity sold, isn't it? So that much only. So when the information is not exactly I have gathered it. So when I have very little information based on which how to create the revenue model, let's see about it. So this one is a very simple revenue model. If you people can solve it, revenue model 1.
Done, ma'am.
Let others also finish it.
Done, ma'am.
So let me solve it. Just check whether you are getting the proper answer. So here I'm telling there are few items what I'm selling for. Here 1, here 2, here 3, here 4, here 5. Okay, so I'm selling soap, hair color, and detergent. So the selling price is as follows, and sales volume. Okay, so here I wanted to calculate, means here I'm going to take 16 into the pack number of packets it is sold. So I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drag this one too, and here I'll tell alt equals. So this is the way you people have done it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So here if you see, they are telling that here the conversion has to be happened, that is in lakhs we wanted. So here if you see, the values are gone more, So I am unable to calculate it. So the other way, either way how I can calculate is, so I'll take equals C16 into G10. So divided by 10 to the power of 5. Okay. So I'll come here. I'll calculate it like this. Now it is done. And here I'll tell alt equals. So like this. So here I'm telling equals 10 to the power of 5. 10 to the power of 5. It is lakh. So what it is telling is, okay. So I wanted the conversion to be shown in lakh. That's why here I have done it like this. So multiply it. So the values has to be multiplied and divide by 10 to the power of 5. So I'll get the values like this. So you people also can try. So I have just put the calculation in only in one place. So here I have done some function. Just try this way.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Second, I'll just check whether I have put it on record here. I have put it on record. So if this one is done, try solving revenue model 2. Once after finishing this, try solving revenue model 2. Trying to solve the next sheet, revenue model 2. Here, if you look at the revenue assumptions, the sugar plant, okay, here we are talking about the sugar plant has the capacity of 1,000 tons, which can be crushed per day. Okay, number of working days, if you see, 240 days they will work. Okay, out of 365 they are going to work for 240 days. Hours of work per day, so they are going to work 24 hours a day. Okay, capacity utilization, if you see, so first year it will be 80%, second year it will be 85%, 90, third year 90%, and the same 90% will be carried on for the other years also. Okay, estimated sugar recovery, so once after crushing, so recovery percentage, if you see, it is 9% only. Sugar selling rate is 28,000 rupees per ton. Price escalation, that means year on year the growth that is happening on the price is 5%. Now based on this information you have to create this annual sales report. Capacity utilization will be first year 80%, second year 85%, third year 90%. So from third year onwards it will be continuously 90% till the eighth year. Are you girls able to do it? Any doubts, please ask. Once you are solved, I will solve it and show.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, how we will take out annual sugar production?
Sorry.
Annual sugar production.
Beginning how the calculation is done. Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
So first things we have to take is the actual values. So sugar plant capacity, what is the capacity? So they have not told any increment or increase in the growth, any nothing they have said. So sugar plant capacity is going to remain the same for all the years. Number of working days, number of working days also there is no change, so I'm going to take it as it is for all the 8 years. So then capacity utilization, so capacity utilization, they are telling 80% for the first year, 85% for the second year, 90% for the third year. From third year onwards, it is going to remain the same. So capacity utilization, cane crushed. So how much of cane is crushed means, so it will be sugar capacity into number of working days into capacity utilization. I'm going to get this cane crushed. Sugar recovery, so how much sugar recovery they have told, 9%. So there also they have not told any changes, so that also it is going to remain the same. So annual sugar productions uh, in tons, so annual sugar production means it will be how much? So cane crushed into sugar recovery, that will be the annual cane crushed. Sugar price 2800 per ton. Okay, so they are telling that price escalation, that is 5%. So here on here 5% will be increased. So then I have to divide this. So annual sugar production into sugar price. So I'm going to get it. And here I have to show in millions. So as I have showed it in the lakhs in the previous example, here I need to show it in millions. That's it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Excuse
you,
me,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma.
Ma'am, can you repeat how to find cane crushed?
Cane crushed will be sugar plant capacity into number of working days into capacity utilization.
Okay, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, let's wait for a few more while. Let others also complete. Then I will solve it and show.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, what about others?
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Done,
Okay,
ma'am.
so let's solve the thing. So here sugar plant capacity. So sugar plant capacity, what they are telling, it is 1000 equals 1000. I'm going to take. So here nowhere they are telling that the capacity is going to be increased here on here. So I'm going to take this value as it is. Okay, then number of working days. So that also it is 240 days per year. So that is also going to remain the same. Okay, then capacity utilization. So capacity utilization, they are telling first year will be 80%, second year will be 85%, third year it will be 90%. And this 90% is going to remain same for all the years, rest of the years. Okay, sorry, equals previous year. So this is going to remain the same for all the years. Okay. So now cane crushed. I wanted to see how much canes has been crushed year on year. So equals 1000 into 240 into 80%. So I'll take this values here. So it is done. Now sugar recovery. Sugar recovery, they are telling we are able to recover 9% of the sugar. So, and there is no changes in this. This is going to remain the same for every year. So I'm going to take 9%. Now coming here, annual sugar production. So annual sugar production will be equals cane crushed into sugar recovery. Okay, so I'll come here and drag this too. Now coming to sugar price. So sugar price will be equals 28,000. Okay, first year it is 28,000 only, and they are telling that price escalation is happening here on here. So I'll take equals previous year into, open the bracket, 1 plus 5%. So enter, and I'm going to drag it. Okay, so I have got. Now I wanted to check annual sugar sales in millions. So in millions means it will be equals annual sugar production into sugar price. Okay, so divided by 10 to the power of. So how many zeros will be there when I'm talking about millions? 6. So 484 millions. So revenue is happening. So this is what your answer is. Check whether you people got the same answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now coming for revenue model 3. So I wanted you people to solve this too. So let me explain the case study and then you can continue with it. Once after you complete, I will solve it and show. FAS was formed in 1990 and since then has grown to become the largest franchisee retailer in Asia. Okay, so here we are going to talk about this one selling thing, FAS. Okay, so quality, innovation, service, and trust are the guiding principle for all FAS fashion retail operations. Since the opening of its first store in 1991, so they started in 1991, FAS has grown considerably and now trades in more than 2000 stores across 100 shopping malls in 14 countries. FAS currently represents over 88 fashion brands across the diverse platform covering women's wear, menswear, kids and baby. The company aims to reach 3,200 stores in the next 5 years. Okay. So next 5 years means, next 5 years means 2000 by 2090 is. So here they have given the retail sales, the total average selling space per square meters, number of stores. Here on here, how much they have increased. Okay. So at the end of 2018, It was 2221 stores they had. Now they wanted to increase 3200 stores by 2019. And here they are telling average revenue per store from 2019 is expected between 1% to 2%. Okay, now here I have to create the revenue model for this. Okay, the necessary information, whatever the basic information I need, they have given it. Now let's solve it for the other 5 years. So how it has to be done, just try. I will explain you once you have finished it.
Ma'am, I am not able to solve.
Okay, ma. Let others also try. I will
Okay,
solve
ma'am.
it and show.
Ma'am, for the first one, I'm getting 5,000%.
5000%.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let me show it to you. Maybe you people are finding it difficult to do it. So here the information whatever they have given. So retail sales. So from the beginning how the growth has happened. Retail sales how they have increased. Total average selling space square meters how much it has. So number of stores. So from 1 year to another year how they have increased and how they have reached it to the recent one like 2221 stores. So from here they wanted to increase the rate of stores to 3200. So when we are solving this, so let's see. So particular sales. So in the year 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, what was the sales? Okay. Number of stores here beginning from the first year. So year beginning, how much the stores were increasing year by year. Number of years, number of stores by the year end. Okay. Now, as per this information, I need to calculate the average revenue per store. Okay. So average revenue per store they are telling. So let's start it from here. So from the behind you have to start calculating in this situation. So here they are telling equals. So the first year's sale. Okay. So that is the sales that has happened divided by average C20 comma C22. Okay, so whatever the sales that has happened, along with it I wanted to see the average sales of the average number of stores in the year beginning and in the year end. So 2.7, so in the ratio of 2.7 it has started. So here I'll come and drag it till this. Okay, so here this has happened, and here what they are telling, average revenue per store from 2009 is expected between 1 to 2. So growth percentage, how much they are telling, revenue growth percentage 1 to 2. So let me take it as 1%, 1%, 1%, and other rest of the 2 years. Okay. So now once this is done, I need to calculate the average revenue per store. So average revenue will be equals, so G25, this value, okay, 3.4 into, so how much they are telling? So it is 1%. So into 1 plus this value. Okay, so 1% growth. So previous year average revenue per store in multiplied by 1%. So 3.4 first year, and I'm going to drag it. So here 3.6. So average revenue per store, how it has increased till 2023. Okay, so this is done. Now coming here. So let's come here. Additions during the year. So in the year beginning, how many stores we had, and by the end of the year, how many stores we had. Okay. So here I'll tell equals C20 minus, that is number of stores in the year beginning, minus number of stores in the year end. Sorry, equals. So this is the greater value minus year beginning. Okay. So I'm going to come and drag this. So how the addition of stores that has happened here on here, we got this. Okay. So now equals. So I'm going to take the previous year number of closing stores. So how many stores we had by the end of the beginning 5 year, that I'm going to take it here. So at the by the end of the 5th year, how much they are expecting? They are expecting 3200 stores. In the next 5 years they wanted. So I'll take equals 3200 stores minus the beginning of the stores, how many we had. Okay, close the bracket, divided by, so I need to know it for the other 5 years, divided by 5. Okay, so how I have taken this value equals 3200, from where I have taken. So what they are telling, the company aims to reach 3000 stores in the next 5 years. So 3000 stores, 3200 stores minus, in the beginning of the 6th year how much I had. So that one has to be subtracted and divided by 5. So another 5 years I need to know. So I'll come here. Now here sum of this value. Okay. So I'll come here and drag it, and here I'll come and drag this also. Here I'll come and drag this too. Okay. No. So this 196 is going to remain the same. Sorry. So let's see. Something went wrong here. Let me check. So 196. See, at the end of the 5th year, I'm having 1200. First, you complete this portion. First, you complete this portion one by one. You can understand. So, what I have taken, so that is for the average revenue. So, C17, that is the sales revenue in the beginning here, divided by average of number of stores in the beginning, number of stores in the year end. So, do it and drag it. So then you can apply this calculation. I'll paste it here. So this is the formula what I have taken here, and here what formula, what calculation I have put, that one. If you did not understand, please tell. I'll explain it once again.
Ma'am, can you please show formulas?
If I expand the formulas, I don't think you will be able to see the screen. So are you people able to see? Don't just copy the things. Try to understand how the calculation is implemented, girls.
Done, ma'am.
So the average revenue per store, that calculation is done. And this one, addition during the year, number of years in the beginning and number of years in the year end, number of stores in the year end.
Yes, ma'am.
You understood the logic, right? So we'll wait for the others to do it. Girls, try to understand the logic. If you don't understand the logic, it's merely waste. If you
Ma'am,
did not
can you
understand,
explain?
which one, ma?
Ma'am, why we are doing in average revenue per store? Why are
Average
we doing
revenue.
average of number of stores in the starting and number of stores in the end?
So here first
Ma'am,
they have given this sales, how much it has happened, how much number of, so here beginning how much it was, so this things details they have given. So if I don't get to know how much is the average revenue that has happened in the beginning of the year and how much average revenue is going to happen for the rest of the year, how will I be able to calculate the number of stores that has been increased and in the year end how much I had and how much is the sales. So here, instead of giving the revenue per store in the beginning, they have given it in the last. So in usually when we were solving the case study, the total sales was done in the beginning only, if you remember,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't it? So we were doing the total sales, then we were doing the operating expenses, then we were doing the rest of the calculations and all. So here, instead of giving the total annual sales or something, they are giving it as revenue. So first I need to calculate what is the revenue, average revenue percentage that we are getting it. So then only I'll be able to check out how much number of stores that has been increased. So based on it, I will be able to know the sales growth percentage. So that's why we are doing it from the reverse order. First, we are going to calculate the average revenue per stores, then how many number of stores it was increased year on year, so that I'll get to know what is the sales that was happening. So
Okay,
if I
ma'am.
know the sales details, stores details and all know, then I'll be able to do it. So who did ask? They wanted me to explain it from the beginning, ma?
ma'am,
Yes, ma.
excuse
You
me,
wanted
ma'am.
me to
Ma'am, can you
explain it
please
from?
repeat?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See here, they have given some basic information like in the 5 6 years what it has happened. So they are telling us to calculate for the upcoming 5 years. Okay, so upcoming 5 years I need to calculate means first I need to know the average revenue because the details what they have given, based on it I need to calculate it. So what I'll do is I'll take the first year sales. Okay, that is C17 into average of the number of stores in the beginning and the number of stores in the year end. So I got the average revenue per store. So how much was the revenue in happening in the stores? So I got this value. Now coming to the next one. So I need to calculate for the other rest of the 5 years. So what I'll do is I'll take equals previous year value. So before this, what they are telling in the question, average revenue per store from 2019 is expected between 1 to 2. So if you wanted to take uh, 1% for 2 years and 2% for the other 3 years, choice is yours. I'm just making it as I'm taking the revenue. This one has 1% in the first year, 1% in the second year, 1% in the third year, and rest 2% that has happened in the other 2 years. Okay, so this is really giving it. This to open. So what multiplied by 1, the value is going to remain the same, plus this 1%. Okay, so it is 3.4 for the first year, and I'll come and drag it. So here it is up to 3.6. The average revenue per store has increased year on year. Okay, so now this is done. Addition during the year. So how many stores they have added? So in the beginning I had 864. Then how many they have added, so that by the year end I have got this. So equals number of stores in the year end minus so number of stores in the year beginning. So in the beginning 864 means more 154 stores they have added. So I'll come here and drag it. Okay. So initially in the 6 years, in the 5 years, they have done up to 354 stores they have increased. Now coming here, so I'll tell equals last year's endings, how many number of stores we had in the year end, that is going to be the beginning of the this year's. Okay, so here I'll come. So then what is the expected addition during the 5 years? So in the other 5 years they are telling that they wanted to make the stores up to 3200. So I'll take 3200 minus the year beginning how much I had, close the bracket, and they are telling it is for 5 years we are calculating, so divided by 5, enter. So I got this, so I'm going to do sum. So when I add this both, I'm having in the 6th year I have 2416 stores. So I'll come and just drag it here, and 196 stores, this is going to remain the same. Okay, every year let's keep it that this is the amount, what number of stores that has been increased. Okay, here I'll come and I will drag it. So by the end of the 5th year, see, they expected that we should have 3200 stores. By the end of the 5th year we had 3200 stores. Now I need to calculate the sales. So how much was the sales that was happening? Okay, so here I'll tell equals, so this value, that is 3.4 into average. So average of this particular opening and beginning, sorry, opening and closing stores, number of stores. Okay, so 3.4 is the average revenue per store that has happened into average of opening number of stores and closing number of stores. So this is what it is.
Ma'am, could you repeat that part again?
Which one? The sales, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so sales. So what is the average revenue per store that has happened in this year's means? So equals, take this average revenue per store into average of beginning number of stores, comma. So here it will be equals 3.4. That is average revenues into average of the beginning number of stores minus, sorry, not minus, comma, closing number of stores. Enter. So the revenue, the sales, what has happened is, so 7904. So this is the sales, what has happened, number of stores in the beginning and number of stores in the year end, and what is the average revenue that has happened. So in order to get the solution like this, I need to solve it from the bottom. So if I don't have this value, how would I have given the calculation for the sales? So these are the things. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll
Can
show
you
the
please
form.
show the formulas?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, as soon as I found the additions during the year, my average revenue per store changed.
Average revenue per store has changed.
Yes, ma'am.
Once you do with your sales,
Yeah, okay, and then I'll see.
yeah.
Done, ma'am.
So what about others, girls?
Doing, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please show the values?
I think still others are doing. Just take the screenshot so that I'll show the formula for the one who are still solving it.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, I told you right that my average
Hmm.
revenue per store changed when I got the additions during the year.
Hmm.
So when I found out the sales also, the sales value also I've got it different.
Is it?
Yeah,
So have
ma'am.
you taken the formulas in the right way? Just check. So here I have taken the values of average revenue, how I have calculated. I have taken the total sales divided by average. Okay. So that is C20 minus C22. That is number of stores in the year beginning and number of stores in the year end. So I have dragged it here. And here I have taken the value that is previous year average revenue into 1 plus the 1%. You have taken it like this
Yeah,
only.
ma'am. Since this was the first thing that you did, ma'am, I followed exactly what you did, and I did it
Then why
correctly
what's wrong?
itself. But then,
Then what's
as
wrong?
soon as I found the additions during the year, it changed automatically.
Just take the pic and send the this one formula. Just show the formula. Open the formula and send it on the group. I'll just check what was wrong there.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, how do
Yes,
we
ma'am.
open the formula?
Show formulas. So just go to this formulas tab and here you have the show formula. Just decrease the size of your screen and click on show formula. Whatever the formula you have applied, it will be visible.
Yeah, ma'am.
You have sent it, ma? Did you share it, ma?
Yes, ma'am, I just sent it.
Yeah, checking it. Why you have taken C20 is to C22? It is comma separated. See here, this value what I am showing here, no? So it is C20 comma C22. You have dragged it. So just correct here. Average revenue
Yeah, ma'am, I'll do it.
comma. So select this first value. So C20, then comma C22. And here, okay, you have taken minus only in calculating this one 3200 minus 20. Yeah, fine. I think here only the mistake has happened. It is not dragging the cell. So C20 comma C22. See here in the formula bar you can see the formula. So when you drag it and when you select, there is a lot of differences happening in Excel.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
So did you do the correction?
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Girls, another 2 3 minutes. Just we will resolve it because sometimes you too might get this confusion in selecting the cells also. At time how to correct it, you'll get to know.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
can you just once show the value so I'll verify?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, I've got it correct now.
So selecting when you did the dragging, then only it was showing has problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So here it should be C20 comma C22. So sometimes the selecting the cells also it becomes a lot of changes happens. Okay. So hope others were able to do it. Girls.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So any doubts in today's class?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll wind up the session.